Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 11. Today we will present about Hibiscus Petroleum companies. So the first one I will introduce all the group members.
Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad is a Malaysia oil and gas exploration and production company. It was established in 2007 and the company has emerged as a key player in the energy sector. The company is focusing on sustainable practice and technological innovation and it strategically operates in the upstream segment, which is engaging in the exploration and extraction of hydrocarbon, including oil and gas. Furthermore, HPP's key activities are focused on monetizing producing oil fields and growing their portfolio of development. It also producing assets in areas of our geographical focus like Malaysia, Vietnam, the United Kingdom, and Australia. As of June 30, 2023, Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad's non-current assets totaled 4,107.6 million, which is reflecting a 138.8 million increase from the previous year. With the company's market position in the oil and gas industry, HBP is contributing to the exploration and production of hydrocarbons. Additionally, the strategic positioning has been used in the financial statements to indicate a robust market position with a substantial increase in revenue from 1,696.5 million in 2022 to 2,344.8 million as at June 30, 2023. As a result, the growth in revenue suggests effective market strategies such as increase in production, improved pricing, or strategic acquisitions. Besides, the company has technological innovation. It can be shown by financials that is an ongoing commitment to maintaining technical competitiveness in the business by highlighting investment in advanced exploration technology. This strategy is in adherence to MFRS standard, which aims for giving stakeholders complete and accurate financial information. In addition, the operational segment of the company is a diversified portfolio which is strongly focused on exploration and production. The company operates through a number of operational segments that are diversified to minimize risk connected to a particular market niche. So, MFRS requires companies to disclose information about the risks and uncertainties surrounding their operations. Furthermore, the HPP used revenue breakdown to operate its market. The financial statement breaks down revenue into group and company categories and is providing transparency on the source of income. MFRS encourages clear and transparent reporting of financial information to facilitate understanding and decision making by users.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Maizam bin Abraza and I will continue the presentation about the accounting policies that apply into the Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad. First, MFRS 116 Plant, Property and Equipment. It provides guidelines for recognizing and depreciating property, plant and equipment. It emphasizes the importance of considering future economic benefits and reliable cost measurement. The treatment of subsequent expenditure, depreciation, and disposal of equipment aligns with the principle MFRS 116. Overall, Notes 4J, equipment of the financial statement, aligns with the key principle of MFRS 116. Next, we move to the MFRS 115. It guides revenue recognition based on the transfer of control of goods or services to customers. It also considers the probability of future economic benefits and reliable measurement of revenue. Notes for R1 of the financial statement aligns with the sale of oil and gas products, recognizing revenue when control of the asset is transferred, while Note R2 of the financial statement relates to project management, technical and other services, recognizing revenue over the period provided.
According to MFRS 138, an intangible asset is recognized as a probability that are attributable to the asset will flow to the entity and the cost of the asset can be measured reliably. In HBP's financial disclosures, the company provides insight into its intangible asset, equipment, and right-of-use assets, collectively referred to as upstream assets. The accounting policy related to this asset that align in Note 4K2 and Note 4B. As of June 30, 2023, the group's carrying amount for this asset are an outline amount 1,460.9 million for intangible asset. In the financial statement, there is an amortization charge of 67.6 million for intangible assets, reflecting the systematic allocation of their costs. After initial recognition, these assets are carried at cost less accumulated amortization and impairment losses. Intangible assets with finite lives undergo amortization over their estimated useful life. Gains or losses from the derecognition are recognized in profit or loss. The company has lost impairment of intangible assets, which is 46.9 million as at year of 2022. In addition, HBP has goodwill in the financial notes. Goodwill is initially measured at cost. Following initial recognition, goodwill is measured at cost less accumulated impairment losses. For the purpose of impairment testing, goodwill acquired is allocated from the acquisition date to each of the group CGUs that are expected to benefit from the synergies of the combination. Unfortunately, MFRS 140 is not applicable to the Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad. MFRS 140 defines investment property in Para 5 is property to earn rental or for capital appreciation or both, rather than for use in the production, supply of goods or services, for administrative purpose, or sale in the ordinary course of business, including property held by the owner and property held by the lessee as a right-of-use asset. All investment properties are initially measured at cost including transaction costs. The company must choose the fair value model or cost model after making initial recognition. Assuming that HPP measured at the fair value model, Para 35 states that a gain or loss arising from the change in the fair value should be recognized in the profit or loss for the period in which it arises. In case that the HPP measure its investment property at cost model, an entity should measure its IP in accordance with MFRS 5 if non-current assets held for sale, or MFRS 16 if leased asset, or MFRS 116 if other cases than MFRS 5 and MFRS 6. However, these details are not explicitly disclosed in the financial statement. Unfortunately, MFRS 140 is not applicable to the Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad. MFRS 140 defines investment property in Para 5 is property to earn rental or for capital appreciation or both, rather than for use in the production, supply of goods or services, for administrative purpose, or sale in the ordinary course of business, including property held by the owner and property held by the lessee as a right-of-use asset. All investment properties are initially measured at cost including transaction costs. The company must choose the fair value model or cost model after making initial recognition. Assuming that HPP measured at the fair value model, Para 35 states that a gain or loss arising from the change in the fair value should be recognized in the profit or loss for the period in which it arises. In case that the HPP measure its investment property at cost model, An entity should measure its IP in accordance with MFRS 5 if non-current assets held for sale, or MFRS 16 if leased assets, or MFRS 116 if other cases than MFRS 5 and MFRS 6. However, these details are not explicitly disclosed in the financial statement.
Next, MFRS 137 guides the recognition of provision based on present obligation and the probability of resource outflow. Hibiscus Berhad aligns with MFRS 137 through provision for decommissioning costs and also other provision. Provision should be regularly reviewed and adjusted for accuracy. MFRS 137 considers the time of value of money by reflecting the present value of estimated expenditure. The details are achieved from notes 4 and 1 and 2 of the financial statement of the Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad. Next, we move to the disclosure of non-current assets. According to Hibiscus Petroleum Berhad financial statement, they have categorized their non-current asset into 4 categories: intangible asset, equipment, right-to-use asset, and investment in subsidiaries. One of these categories is intangible asset, which includes the only one is computer software. The software is recognized under MFRS 138 intangible asset because it brings future economic benefit and its cost can be measured. It is used for company operation and generates revenue. Because of that, it brings the future economic benefit that meet the recognition criteria of the MFRS 138 intangible asset. The measurement method for the software include amortization and impairment testing. The details are achieved from notes 15 of the financial statement of the company. Next, Hibiscus Petroleum has 3 types of non-current assets under category E, which are furniture and fittings, office equipment, and office renovation. These assets are recognized under MFRS 116 plant, property and equipment and are used in the company's operation to generate revenue. The details are achieved from notes of 16, the company financial statement. The primary measurement method is the cost model, where assets are initially measured at cost and then depreciated over their useful life. There are also optional revaluation model available. The company has 2 right-to-use assets under MFRS 16, leases and no balance for the investment in subsidiaries category for the year ended 30 June 2023. However, the details are not covered in the financial accounting and reporting.
In this slide, I will explain about economic environment and asset evaluation. So the first one is the key non-current asset owned by Hibiscus Petroleum, which is property, plant and equipment, intangible asset, and right of use asset. So the first one is Hibiscus Petroleum adheres to property, plant and equipment and is subjected to MFRS 116 in accounting for its oil rigs. Hibiscus Petroleum, a significant revenue producer, carefully controls oil rigs, altering production in response to market fluctuation. So the next one is intangible asset. Is subjected to MFRS 138. So its explorations right falls under the intangible asset. The valuations and management of exploration rights are influenced by regulatory developments in the oil and gas industry. So the next one is right of use asset. Is subjected to MFRS 16 leases. We are not covered yet in our SEM. So the amount of the initial measurement of lease liability, any lease payment made at or before the commencement date less any lease incentive received, any initial direct cost, and the commissioning or restoration cost. So in this slide, I will explain about how current economic factors such as inflation, interest rate change, and market volatility have influenced the company's asset management and valuation strategies, referencing any strategic adjustment or revaluation made during the year. So here, as you can see, there are three non-current assets, which is the intangible asset has increased, property, plant and equipment decrease, and right of use assets decrease. So we'll go to the inflation. The corporation has taken a proactive approach to mitigating the negative consequences on its cost structure, protect itself from the corrosive influence of rising costs by implementing several cost-cutting measures and optimizing operational efficiency. So the next one is interest rate change. The companies modified its financial strategy in response to shifting interest rate dynamics with a strategic focus on maximizing its capital structure. The company strives to achieve a balance between cost-effective financing and financial flexibility. So the last one is market volatility. Asset management and valuation procedures have been tested by the market volatility, particularly swings in oil price. It involves comparing impairment evaluations in accordance with MFRS 116 with explorations and evaluation assets to calculate the carrying values of its assets to appropriately reflect current market conditions.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Muhammad Taufiq Iskandar bin Abdul Khalid and my metric number is S66974. Today I want to explain about analytical and engaging presentation. For this, I use financial ratio analysis to make a difference, and I have choose two accounting ratios, which is current ratio and debt to asset ratio. For the current ratio, the value of 2022 is 0.91 and 2023 is 1.49. For the debt to asset ratio, the value of 2022 is 1.67 and 2023 is 1.77. So I want to explain about the difference of current ratio. The increase in the current ratio to 1.49 from 0.91 in 2023 is positive. It suggests an improvement in the company's ability to cover short-term obligations with current assets. The higher ratio indicates enhanced liquidity, providing the company with a better cushion against potential financial shocks and increased flexibility in managing its short-term obligations. For debt to asset ratio, the increase from 1.77 from 1.67 in 2023 implies a further rise in the proportion of debt relatively to assets. This could be a signal increased financial leverage, which may have implications for the company's financial risk and ability to service its